I didn't catch her by checking her phone. I didn't follow her. I didn't set a trap. I checked one small detail and everything stopped making sense. It started with a calendar, not a hidden one, not a secret app. The shared Google Calendar we'd used for years. Dentist appointments, grocery pickups, her Thursday yoga classes. I opened it to schedule a plumber and scrolled back a few weeks. March 14, yoga, 6 p.m. March 21st, yoga, 6 p.m. March 28th, yoga, 6 p.m. On March 14, she came home at 9:30. I remember because I'd made pasta and it went cold. She said class ran late. There was a workshop. I checked April. April 4th, yoga, 6 p.m. Home at 10, April 11th. Yoga, 6 p.m. Home at 9:45. The entries were neat, identical, perfect, too perfect. None of them matched reality. I closed the laptop, not angry, just aware. This wasn't a mistake. It was something that had been maintained. I didn't say anything that night. I watched her cook dinner. She talked about her day, a problem with a coworker, something funny her mom said. Normal things. I nodded. I smiled. I asked follow-up questions. She had no idea. The next Thursday, I checked the calendar again. Yoga, 6 p.m. She left at 5:45, kissed me on the cheek, said she'd be back by 8. I opened her yoga studio's website. Classes were listed by day and time. Thursday evening, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Vinyasa flow with instructor Dana. She came home at 9:50. I asked how class was. Good, she said. We held poses longer tonight. My shoulders are killing me. I'm exhausted. She rolled her neck, looked tired. It was convincing. I asked if anyone else from her usual group was there. Yeah, same people. Kelly, Ren, the usual crew. I nodded. That night I couldn't sleep. I got up at 2 a.m. and checked the studio's Instagram page. They'd posted that evening. A photo from the 6 p.m. Thursday class. Motivational caption. 12 people in the shot, all smiling in downward dog. I zoomed in on every face. She wasn't in it. I went back further. January, February, March, April, May, every Thursday, every single entry. Yoga, 6 p.m. I cross-referenced her credit card statement. The yoga studio charged her monthly membership always on the first, $89. She was paid up. She was an active member. But I found other charges, small ones. Restaurants I didn't recognize. A wine bar downtown. A cafe near the waterfront. Always on Thursdays. Always between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Amounts between $15 and $40. I looked up one of the restaurants. It was 30 minutes from the yoga studio. 45 minutes from our house. It wasn't on the way home. It wasn't on the way to anything. I didn't ask her about it. I made a spreadsheet instead. Dates in one column, time she left in another, time she came home, credit card charges, locations. I mapped it out like a puzzle. The gaps were perfect. 2.5 to 4 hours, every single week, for 5 months. She came home one Thursday night smelling like wine. Not faintly, clearly. I asked if they went out after class sometimes. She paused, just for a second, then smiled. Oh yeah, a few of us grabbed a drink tonight. I should have texted, sorry. We were celebrating Kelly's promotion. I said it was fine, that I was glad she had fun. It wasn't fine. Kelly didn't exist. I called the yoga studio on a Tuesday afternoon. I said I wanted to surprise my wife with a gift certificate for her birthday. I asked if she'd been attending regularly, just to make sure she'd actually use it. The woman at the desk was friendly. She asked for my wife's name. I gave it. I heard typing. Okay, let me pull up her account. 1 second. More typing. So she's definitely a member. Autopay is active, but she hasn't checked in since February 9th. I asked if she was sure. Yeah, we scan everyone in when they arrive. Let me check the Thursday 6 p.m. class specifically since you mentioned that. She put me on hold. Soft meditation music played. When she came back, She sounded genuinely confused. So I checked back 3 months, no check-ins at all for the evening classes. Is it possible she's been going to our other location? I asked where that was. We only have one studio, she said. I meant maybe a different time? Morning classes? I said I'd check with her. Thanked her, hung up. That night, my wife came home at 7:30. No yoga on the calendar. She'd gone to the grocery store instead. The next Thursday, she added another entry. Yoga 6 p.m. Like clockwork. I finally asked her about it. Not dramatic, not loud, just calm. We were sitting on the couch. She was scrolling her phone. I said her name. She looked up. You've been putting yoga on the calendar every Thursday for months. Are you actually going? Her expression didn't change much. Just a small tightness around her eyes. Of course I am. Why are you asking me that? I told her I'd called the studio, that they said she hadn't checked in since February. She blinked, then she laughed. Not fake. It sounded real. Oh my God, I've been going to Sarah's private sessions. She teaches at her house now. It's way cheaper than the studio. I guess I forgot to cancel my membership. I asked who Sarah was. A friend. She used to teach at the studio. Now she does privates. I asked for her last name. Why does that matter? I didn't answer. She stared at me for a long moment, then sighed. Sarah Kellerman. Are you seriously going to call her too? I wrote it down. Later, when she was asleep, I searched the name. Yoga instructors, private classes, social media, business listings, anything, nothing. No Sarah Kellerman taught yoga anywhere in our city. The name didn't exist. I didn't confront her again. I didn't yell. I didn't demand the truth. I didn't pack her bags or change the locks. I just stopped believing anything she said. It wasn't about the yoga anymore. It wasn't even about where she was really going or who she was with. It was the calendar, that tiny, boring, domestic detail. Yoga 6 p.m., entered every single week, updated, maintained. She knew I'd see it. She knew I'd glance at it and think everything was normal, that our life was exactly what it looked like. That's what destroyed me, not the affair, not even the lying, the system. She didn't slip up. She didn't get careless. She didn't forget to cover her tracks. She built a routine around the deception. She made it look like transparency. She put it on the shared calendar, the one we used to coordinate our entire life together, and she did it every single Thursday for 5 months. I still don't know where she went. I don't know who she was with. I don't know when it started or if it's even over. But I know this. You don't put something on a shared calendar unless you want someone to believe it. She wanted me to believe it, and I did, for a long, long time.